got a few pups in here because my dreams are coming true. Okay, so now I'm gonna take you into a part of the house that you haven't been yet and that I barely go because it looks like this. I aim to make this a space very pet friendly. I have an idea for some repurposed like mosaic tile down below, and I like some of the shelving. Washer and dryer are gonna go here. I want to replace this with a tankless water heater. Another big thing that I want to do is remove this door, and I think it would be nice to make the space feel more connected with the inside of the house. So as we saw from the kitchen countertops, which if you haven't seen that video, I will link it in the cards. Adding a little paint to a space can really completely transform it. That's what we're gonna do to start. I appreciate that they made the room white, but they went a little bit overboard with the white. My house walls, they're a little bit of like one of those gray beigey type tones that you're seeing in a lot of homes nowadays. And so I plan on doing that with the space in here and then leaving all the trimming and the shelving white. But to get started, any good paint job needs a good tape job. So that's where we're gonna begin. Okay, so here's where we're at currently. I got a little sponge brush and we're gonna go against where all the tape is first and then hit it with the roller brush. I would suggest, even if you have a whole bunch of paint for your job, just because we are using two different types of brushes that blend in different ways together, to kind of follow along once again to what I did with the kitchen countertops, where you do just a section of the wall and then you go over with the roller and then you move to a new section and outline it and then go over with the roller, so that way it best blends in together. So the next part of this project is going to be the floors. I just want to shout out that I got this from Habitat for Humanity. Habitat for Humanity partners with families and individuals to help build affordable housing. It's an awesome way for you to do a DIY on a budget and have your dollar go more forward and help out more people, be able to have a place to live and have their home of their dreams as well. It wants us to kind of find a cross and find where the exact center of the room is, and then work in an L shape from there. I'm using a measuring tape to measure the length of the room, and I'm taking the total amount of inches and then using my cell phone to divide the inches by 2 and find where the center is one way, and then using the measuring tape the other way and finding where the center is that way. Then I took a nice big ruler that I had and crossed out an X in the center of the floor. Perfect. Starting at the center point, peel off the protective paper and carefully align the tile with the chalk line markings. Press down firmly, moving along the chalk line, butt each tile square up as tightly as possible and cover 1/4 of the surface area at a time. Don't install the edges until the main floor has been covered. It also says wherever the tiles are marked with arrows in the back, install them so that all the arrows point in the same direction. Okay, one section down, 3 more to go. Unfortunately, the gapping that you see around the water heater does have to stay because, like I said, I want to take that water heater out and get a tankless water heater. So it's not worth cutting any to size for now. I think I'd rather just leave that gap and have perfect squares to work with in the future when I swap out my water heaters. Okay, so the floor is right now as done as it's going to be for tonight. What is left is gonna be the trimmings. It said specifically, do all the main floor before you hit the sections that need to be cut. So for this last part of getting the trimming near the wall, I laid a peel and stick tile near the edge of the wall with the arrows facing in the same direction as all the rest of the tile. Took my large 17-inch ruler, drew a straight line across with my pen, cut that down with some scissors, and then flipped it over and peeled and sticked it. I just repeated this process until I was done with the entire perimeter. I did it, guys. So it ended up being a 3-day project. Totally worth it, because I just transformed this like 10 by 10 space of my house that was totally useless into a space I can now use. There's not even a door here anymore. So I am impressed enough with this room transformation that I have now already took off the door and made it a part of the house. I'm going to show you one more time a quick view of what the room looked like before, the terrible floors, how they just painted every single thing in the whole space white, which I can appreciate, but it just didn't work. In the room that was by the outside in the garage, it just felt so separate from the house. And now it looks like this. So that's it, the final room transformation. Of course, there's still like a washer and dryer that's not in here yet. But I do appreciate you checking this out because this space is wildly different now. And I'm very happy to have done it. $100 project transformed this room. It looks amazing, and now finally has a floor that we can lay on. Also very telling, dogs are very vibey, and the fact that Yeti is hanging out here with his head in the toy box. Also very telling that the space has transformed. Have a wonderful week.